Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Carolyn and Annabelle here for our Simple Abundance Path this year as we're following along with Sarah Ban Beathnach in her book Simple Abundance. I am just being really lazy about being on camera tonight, and I just tried 3 different places and Annabelle wanted to be involved with all of them, and now she's decided that she's going to kill her fish toy right here by us. So anyway, she's always trying to be famous. Thank you for being here. Like I said, I don't feel like being on camera, so this is just going to be a video of the book entry that I'm reading, which is August 3rd. It's called A Net for Catching Days. And Sarah is such a woman after my own heart because this one is about creating a schedule. And I have shared with you guys my whole planner system. I'm a big lover of Franklin Covey planner, and you can look back at my video from a month or 2 ago. It's now the second most popular video on the channel. Actually, it's going to probably surpass the intro video pretty soon. But in any case, I love to plan. I've shared that with you guys before. And if you don't have any sort of a plan for your schedule, I don't know how you get everything done. Like, how do you know what you need to do? How do you prioritize? I don't think I could live without a to-do list. It's just totally opposite of the way that I live. So you might feel that way too. You might be the opposite and think I could never have a schedule. Like, I'm just, remember everything off the top of my head. But Sarah does share about a friend of hers who just forgot a really, really important meeting she was supposed to go to that involved one of her kids. And she decided then and there, like, I have to get on a schedule. Like, what am I doing? Just trying to keep everything in my head. Like, there's too many things. And so because Sarah is calling this one a net for catching days, she is telling us that in order to do that, you need to consider all the tasks that you do in 1 week. So you know how we talked about having, it was the meal planning video that I did. We talked about having a shopping list and having a list somewhere of all the regular things that you get at the grocery store. This is kind of the same idea. She has in the book here the universal to-do list. So she's got examples here, like the things you have to do at work, errands, things for children, appointments, shopping, correspondence, home cleaning, things for family, friends, potentially church and community, and then just personal things. And look at all that stuff that you probably have in your life. So how do you not have that organized? And I told you guys how much I love my planner because it keeps me not only organized, but it keeps me more balanced. So I shared with you guys how I have the separate list for home and second separate list for business, so that I make sure that I'm giving priority to both of those things. And because Sarah's been talking to us so much about giving priority to our own specific time and making time for creative excursions and for time to be alone in solitude or to practice a hobby, partake in a hobby, I guess I should say, this is the perfect time that she says, after deciding that after putting all of these things in your schedule, this is where you also realize that the most important category is you. So you want to start scheduling, this is me speaking again, you want to start scheduling the you time in there. And if it's scheduled, like she even says that, let's see. Yeah. Start by blocking out an hour each day on the calendar. Label these windows with your initials as a subliminal code for self-nurturance. I yellow highlight them, she says, because it makes it more important, urgent, and something that she cannot break at all, she tells us. And she says it's a meeting with she who must be obeyed. Yeah, so again, she does say in the paragraph before that, how did we've had this question before, how did all of our personal things get to the very end of the list, So you want to make them, she actually says, make them your top priority. And she also says that is a radical thought. And in addition to that, she says, this is the most radical thought. Plan your week around you. That is really a radical thought for some, I'm sure. Then she says, the subversive beauty of this method is that once a task is completed on the to-do list, whether it's errands or personal, you don't have to give it another conscious thought, because the left side of your brain, the location of logic, loves lists. It goes on automatic pilot when making lists, soaring and shifting into a schedule appears, sorting and shifting until a schedule appears that can accommodate everything. And you know what? This is Carolyn again. I agree with that, because I sort of feel like if I didn't have everything written down, then I would be so much more stressed, because I'd be trying to remember what I had to do, or when was that appointment, or something like that. So the fact that you write it down, you don't have to ever think about it again until you go to schedule it. Or I still haven't done my video about having a budget, because I do want to do that. I started 2.5 years ago now doing the cash envelope system, and I feel like there's a connection with this one, so I'm just going to mention it now really quickly. Because I have a budget like that, and I have the money in various envelopes for myself, there is a piece about that as well, because when I go to spend the money, like say I'm getting groceries, I don't worry, because I know that money was already set aside. I don't even have to think about it. I don't have to know how much is in my account, because I already took the money out. It was already budgeted for, and the money's in the envelope. So I'm only mentioning that now. I'll definitely do a video before the end of the year on my system, but I only mention that because the scheduling, I think, is a lot like that, because there's a piece in knowing that you took the time to make a list and put it together, put your schedule together. It's not unlike the meal planning. That was also about having peace, where if you know what you're going to have for dinner for maybe, the majority of the week, again, it takes that stress of the last hour before dinner going, oh my God, what am I going to make? And I don't have this ingredient and all that. So again, Sarah's trying to help us with the principles, but she's trying to help us. Some of them are order. That would definitely be a part of this. Simplicity too. And harmony, because harmony is about the balance of life. So if you are more at peace, then you definitely have more harmony, right? Let's see if there's anything else that she says. Oh, as far as when you make your list, it sounds like she has a list for each day. Like in my planner, you guys saw how I have the pages have every hour listed, so I can put something in there. But she does say, scan your list morning and night. When you've completed a task, ceremoniously cross it off. It imparts a great sense of satisfaction to see the list get smaller during the week. I agree. And I'm really not a digital person, but occasionally I will have something like a note, a digital note on my device. And when I can just totally delete the task, that's actually pretty fun. But I'm okay with just giving my tasks checklists in my planner like I do. Sometimes I put stickers on things that I accomplish too, during the week, in the weekly view, I will. Let's see. At the end, Sarah says, you'll probably also discover that golden moments were unconsciously expanded. No, why can't I read tonight? You'll probably also discover that golden moments were unconsciously squandered because there was no net to catch them. Yeah, that makes sense too. Because if you have a schedule And that means that you're not wasting any time, right? Every hour is accounted for, even for the times when you're going to relax. And I think I mentioned this when I talked about having a personal Sabbath. I like to have a day, like my personal Sabbath, a lot of times I don't have a schedule. And so it's okay to have a day like that where it's just totally free. And I guess what is scheduled is that meeting with the she who must be obeyed. So it's a whole day for she who must be obeyed. But there's something nice about having a day like that with no schedule at all. And then she has a quote from Annie Dillard, who said, "How we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives." And Sarah says, "And we all know truth when we hear it." Yeah. I have a kitty that wants my attention. So hopefully you have already been thinking about giving your life some order and harmony by having a schedule of some kind, whether it's digital or on paper, or even just like they have those bullet journals, which are blank pages, and then you can put the pages together like you want. But if you are feeling like your life is chaotic, then I can just only say from my personal experience that having a schedule that I find, well, I have so much fun with it, but I find such a peace in knowing that I have everything written down, that I don't have to know what's happening 3 days from now. Like I usually look at the week ahead, but I can take it day by day because I know that I already scheduled it a few days before. It's just like the cash envelopes, like I said. So I already budgeted my time, I guess, in that way. Oh, here we go. I hope you guys are having a good night. I am challenging myself to do a video every day, even though tonight I just did not want to be on camera. So I still did the video though. So maybe I will keep up with this trend. I almost didn't do it tonight because I thought, all right, well, if I skip one, then that means that I don't have to do one every single day. But I like doing the videos, so it's only just sometimes I feel like, oh, I should do my hair or something just because I'm going to be seen. But I do know some of you guys said you really only listen to me anyway, so this one will be no different than you wouldn't have seen me anyway. Okay, with that said, I will see you soon, possibly tomorrow. We'll see. Tomorrow's entry is called Desire, Ask, Believe, Receive. Ooh, I'm going to have to do that one. That sounds a lot like the law of attraction. All right, I will see you soon. Bye-bye.